We're looking at a inverted image of a huge UFO with 30-foot wide windows above Mount Etna and two planetary-like objects. That is seen in the footage. We had documented this volcano when it was the video called "They're Coming Out of the Clouds," and they were coming out of the clouds, you all. These beings, these life forms, but now we have 30-foot wide windows, square-like windows above Mount Etna. You can clearly see them in the inverted mode, and there's beings in there. What type of beings would need around 30-foot wide windows? Their heads look as big as the windows. That's what I'm seeing. So, and there's two planetary-like objects. One is bigger than the other. One kind of looks like it's red, and you can see the shadow that comes on it from the sun, and the other one is like blue. I don't know if it's like a red and blue kachina, but there's something going on at Mount Etna, and we can't get the footage up close that we used to be getting. Hello, Michelle, honey. You all, I'm getting hot. I'm already having a hot flash, but that's okay. I can have a hot flash. This makes me hot. This stuff makes me hot, you all. Can you see the windows up here? So you say, Gina, honey, I don't see the windows. Let me take you. Here's a window right beneath me. Here's a window right beneath me. Here's a window right beneath me. And it goes on. And underneath that are windows. They go on and on and on and on and on. These look like they might be smaller windows, but there's something going on in the sky at Mount Etna. There's a lot of activity. And the person controlling this particular webcam knows that there is a lot of activity happening at Mount Etna, because I watch them. They zoom up at certain times. They go zoop, and then they'll turn the camera. They'll zoom down, and they'll look at a certain area, and then they'll come back. There's something going on, and whoever's controlling that camera knows it, and they know that we know too. I bet that they know and they see more than we are allowed to see. That's what I'm thinking. They see a whole lot more than what we can see, because we only give what they can. We only see what they'll let us see, you all. There's something going on, and we are going to watch this some of this footage in the inverted mode. You're very welcome. I do like the live webcams because everybody can see them. They're public. They're public webcams. So let me show you this image. Let me shrink myself. I can make this a tad bit bigger. Make myself a tad bit smaller. I don't like to move it around like this. I could have done it better. Can you see those windows right there, you all? And there's our beings in the sky. And I also see something like right here too. Right in this area. This is a huge ship. I saw lots of huge ships that were cloaked in the clouds, you all, when the clouds were going past. Tons of them. But look at these. And who are the beings inside these ships? Really, because they're massive. Have you looked in the sky and you've taken pictures yourself? I know you have. And you've saw these great big windows in the clouds. They're square. They look practically square. And you can see beings inside them. I've seen them. I've taken pictures of them as clear as day. Yes, hello, you all. Hello there in Australia. Is it late there in Australia? Rich the Prophet, honey. Gina, honey's holding up. How you holding up? I think we're all holding up here. I really do. Yeah, how you holding up? Yeah, you all. So we got these ships. Someone said, Gina, how do you find so many UFOs? How do you have time to do research and stuff and still live your life? I live my life. And when comes time for me to do a video, I just come up here and we do just like this, live. We do it live. That's right. How do you ID in the first place? How do you ID these in the first place? Are you extrasensory? Well, I've never heard of myself. I'm trying to put my house shoes back on. I've never heard the extrasensory, but I'm very intuitive. I'm led by my spirit. If I have to search and search and search and search, in order to find something for you all to see. To me, no, that is not come naturally, and that is not my gift. I will not do it. I will not sit at a computer and wear myself out showing things like this. If it does not come to me naturally and freely, I won't do it, you all. I won't, because I'll end up being frustrated, and I will not be able to share and let the Spirit guide me. So that's how I'm guided by the Spirit within me. Okay, I'm not going to sit and do lots and lots of research. I'm not. If it doesn't come natural, I'm not going to do it, and I'm not going to enjoy it. I would not even have any stamina to do it. But I really enjoy doing what I'm doing, and it comes naturally, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I do love it. I love seeing them like this, you all. That's how it happens. I do. I love it. It's really... Can you see them? Really, can you all see those windows over there? Right over there. Because they're as clear as day. There's something in there. Yeah. You think Nemesis and these beings are connected? Jamel Bowser, they very well could. They very well could be connected. Yeah. But this ship, I kept watching it, you all. Let me, we can't watch the inverted mode on this one. Well, I guess we could. We could. I have to try to see if I can do a window capture. And I can pull this to the side. We could do a window capture. I had to restart my computer because my OBS wasn't working at all, you all. So how am I going to do this? Am I going to shrink me down? I gotta shrink all of this down, you all, so I can get to my one VLC player. I hope you can see me because I shrunk it. Oh, okay, that's great. Let me come. Okay, I was getting really a tad bit worried, thinking I can't see it, you all. I'm gonna open the file. We're gonna look at it in the inverted mode. It's up here. Mt Etna. Ah, okay. Okay, here we are. Let's push this to the side. I want to do a window capture. And we'll capture an existing window. I guess we won't. I wanted to catch that window. I guess I can't capture it, you all. Guess they don't want me to capture it now. You're going to have to... We'll just slide this thing back over there, and we'll do a share the screen. I'll go over here and share the screen right here. We can look at it like this. Share the screen. So this is what it looks like in the normal mode, you all. Look at this. I want to show you at 1404. At 1404, you can see two planetary-like objects. And we'll get ready to come up on them. And below the two planetary-like objects are windows, too. So we're getting closer. These things coming in right here. Right like this. Those are ships with great big long windows. Okay, here we go. We're going for 1404. Okay, here it is. Can you see it? It's like right here in this area. This is the smaller round one. Right there. I really wish they would let me do a screen capture. But they won't. Right here's the smaller one. And you can see it right there. Let me pause it and let me let you all see what they look like at first, so you can know where you're going to be looking at. All right, let me get over here. So here's the larger one right here, and then here's the smaller one right here. You're going to see the area where you can be looking for them at. You can see them right here. This is, I put them through several filters. Right here is the bigger one. And then this is the smaller one. This is the redder one, and this is like the blue one. And at one point in the video, and down here is windows, more windows. In the video, you could see the blue of this one right here as the clouds pass by. It was really cool. You can see also in the edge detect, they're clearly defined by a complete circle right here. Clearly defined as being in the sky. And you can see that these clouds or whatever, they're in front of them and they are behind them. You can vaguely see them right here. Here's the smaller one, and the larger one is over there on the side. And here are the windows of this massive ship that's got beings in it. Some type of beings. And I've seen these ships in South Africa also. You see those? Yeah. More ships. So let's see. Let me try one more time to see if they'll let me. Would you please let me do this screen capture? They let me do it before, but they don't want to let me do it again. Let me do this. Can I just do a window capture, please? They're not going to let me do that. Let me see if they'll let me do this. They probably don't like this one right here. Let me try it again. No, they do not like that window at all. They don't want me to do the VLC window. But let me just tap into, if I can just tap into a different window, and then maybe they'll let me do it. Because I want to let you all watch it. No, just forget it. It's not going to, it does not like that VLC media player. It's okay. We'll look at it anyhow in the inverted mode. You come up here and you take your video and you put it in the inverted mode. You come over here and get these video effects. I want to negate the colors. Just that simple. Can we see it? Okay, we can see it, you all, and I'm up here at the top. Okay, so let's see if we can get those images on here at a 1404. Okay, you can vaguely see them. You can see the one right below the cloud right there. This is the one, the smaller of the two in the 1300. See, they're going in front of it, just like that. I hope you all can see it. Shalom, Zohar Uzi Yasirel. I know I didn't say it right. I tried. Yeah. So let's get it. Okay, can you see it? Like right there. Right there in that spot is the one. And there is another ship up here too with windows right here. They're like interdimensional ships. They're coming through from the other dimension or the other realm. Somebody let them in. And I really wish at times this volcano would let us, this camera would let us zoom up, would let us see like we saw that one time. We only got to watch it one time coming out of the ground from the clouds. Just one time. That's all they let us have. And that was, well, I guess it's better than nothing. I think it probably did a lot of disclosure by doing that. Can you see it, you all, right there? Let's see. Family is all we have here. What is my take on these planetary-like objects? Well, there's two planetary-like objects in the sky. And watch the other one as the shadow comes through it. And it's got a reddish hue. This one over here, I'm not sure if this one over here is like the same one that's being picked up by the FAA. But this one right here, it's clear as they both get in the sky that they're not supposed to be seen. Something wants to hide them. Look at that, you all. If this was in the... If I were to take the negate off of here, the video effects, let me see what it... See, you can see it right there also, like the normal mode. And let's put it back into the, I don't like that mode. Or that one. Yeah, I'll just put it right here. Okay, there's the normal mode. Let me close it. They look like round ships. Well, there are round ships. There's like planetary-like objects. What if they're like, you know how the Death Star in Star Wars, that was round? It was completely round. And there are round-like orbs. See how they put this X here? Look at this, you all. See, they know that there are two objects in the sky, so here comes these clouds with X's and stuff to try to cover whatever is in the sky up. See how it happened? Just like that, came and tried to cover them up. Well, it did. There was no try to it. They were successful. They covered them up. And if we were to look at it again, can you see them? Both. They even got the one planes flying because they know that they're in the sky. Isn't that something? They're going to come straight down, try to cover them up, and, well, they missed their mark. I think there's another one that comes. Okay, yeah, there was another one that came like this at the bottom. They're flying all over the place. These planes are, you have to ask yourself, how can I see the planes if there's only like 10 of the white planes that fly in the sky, because they have a fleet of around 10 of them, pure white planes way up there. How can they be in my sky, in my part of the world, and be in your all's part of the world or somewhere else part of the world all at the same time? How on earth is that possible unless they have fleets and fleets and fleets of these ships? That's what I'd like to say. How would it be possible unless there are fleets all over the world? That's what I wonder. Oh, Susan Donahue, you thought I was putting windows at my mom's? No. I know I don't want to do that. Really don't. I don't know if I would like doing that. I would attempt it, but then I'm sure there'd have to be a lot of work done to it, since her windows have bars on them and stuff like that. Okay, you can see these objects. See, the first one has the shadow, and then the second one is just, when I was looking at this on my other computer, as the clouds rode through, you could really see the blue that was on it really well. But look at, they put a big X's in the sky to hide them. Yeah, it's fallen in California. I've never heard that movie. Wow. Yeah, so they've covered it up. And whoever controls this camera knows that they're up there in the sky. They know there's something there, and they too are watching. See, look, here they come down in their planes. There they go that way. Wait a minute, I see a ship. I see a ship. These clouds right here are loaded with ships, you all. And I wish they would let us see them more. Like right there, all of these, they got so many ships cloaked inside of them. And you have to ask yourself, why so many ships at volcanoes? Why do they have to show up at the volcano areas? Really, it's a really good question to ask. Why? There must be something with the volcanoes, and these aren't normal looking clouds either. There's something going on at the volcanoes around the world, and I don't like that Hawaii, I'm going to say it again, I don't like it that they are deliberately withholding time lapse from their cameras for the public to see. Look at this right here. Can you see the edge on them? Let me do that. Deliberately withholding the time lapse because they've got something they're not telling the public. They don't want the news out. They're hiding it, keeping it to themselves. These are layered ships right here. And then there's some like that too. And then up here, they're located all in the clouds. You can see one like right here, lengthways too. I felt like, I want to write them an email and ask them what's going on, but they probably think, oh no, we're not going to answer her. She's the one who literally brought all this traffic to our thing. Really, they would say that. Brought all that traffic. You can see the round planetary-like objects. This one is smaller than the one above it. You can see them right here in the edge detect. Yeah. In the edge detect, let me see this. And you can see this right here and here. You can see how they got the clouds coming because they're going to cover them all the way up. But this is, we're supposed to be looking at this in the inverted mode. Looks like this looks like a face inside the clouds, you all. I don't know if you see it. I just saw it. Kind of like right there in that area, like an eye here and an eye here. Of course, you know, I guess a person could see anything in the clouds if they looked hard enough. That's what some people say. Yeah. So let me go back to here. Let me just quit playing around. I just want to do this on a time lapse like this, so you can see how the sky looks. Oh yeah, there was also a certain area. Okay, look at this. Look at this in the sky. See that right above the volcano? At 1458.24, there is a UFO, and this one is cloaked right above the volcano. Right there. And look at the square in the clouds right here. Kind of like a rectangle. But this thing right here appeared brown in the normal mode. And it flew right to the volcano, I guess, to go down inside the volcano. It's going to get real soon. Danny Lovett, it probably will get real soon. You want decaffeinated coffee? That's not going to keep you awake, Michelle, honey. Decaffeinated coffee. Yeah. Okay, look at these. So this is one of the times they like to zoom up. And they kept this right here throughout the night. Look at this coming out of here. Let's watch it play this as you see it. Coming from the ground. We would have saw a whole lot more if they would have let us see that at a distance. But they only give this one part of it. And within these things are like small, like, I don't know what type of entities they are, really do not. But they're coming out of the ground from the volcanoes. It's not normal vapor. It's nothing normal like that, you all. It's not. It's something much, much different that is coming out. Let's come up here and you can see the normal mode. This is what they look like. And see, you'd think, well, that's normal looking, Gina. There's nothing different. No, there's something going on there. There really is something massive going on. See, look how they come up. Isn't that wild? If we were to let's negate it again, as they come up through there, you all. They're going to come up. They look like, in the inverted mode, they look like black ink squirting out from under, but you know, it's got some white and then some other type of entities coming out. And it's not completely clear either. I really do wish we could, if you look up here at the top over here underneath the Nunziata Day, at times it looks like massive ships coming out from another dimension, coming through up here also. Merry Christmas to you. Yeah, see, it looks like they are coming out. these whatever these are, whether they be, look at this. Oh wow, look at it coming up over here above the 152139. They're so wild looking to watch. They really are. And there could be like spirits coming out of this volcano. But these things leave a trail behind them too. When they go off individually, it's like they leave a trail and then they disappear. Can you see it? How it's happening like that? Leave a trail and then disappear and fade away. Which is really, oh, you're welcome, Rich. Thank you, Rich the Prophet. And they're wiggly. Look how they just look like, if they could be interdimensional like serpents or snakes, and I don't mean any disrespect. Wow, look at the top over there underneath the Muscali. How some of them are coming out. They roll up and come straight out. If these were ships, they very well could be. Some of those very well could be. Could you imagine how many are in the sky at any given time around the world? Thousands and thousands of them in the skies going unnoticed. At here. Pleiadians, yeah, there are like endless like fleets and fleets and fleets and fleets. I sure hope. Let me say something right here. Let me say something. I do want to say something. I hope you all don't go to other people's channels, if you're on my channel, and spam their channel saying, please go to Gina Maria Coven Hill channel. Please don't do that, you all, because that's rude and disrespectful to go on someone else's channel and spam their comments about that over and over and over and over. Okay, please don't do that, because I would not like that. I don't do it. I don't go to people's channels and do it, and I hope that you all don't do that either. I mean, it's okay to just mention somebody one time, but to continually spam, that's really kind of disrespectful. It really is. That's all I got to say. So we're looking at these coming out like this over the volcano. Okay, so we can just speed it up. Okay, they're still coming and coming and coming, and then it goes to night. Total nighttime. But the big thing is right here that I wanted to show you is the these planet-like objects in the sky right there. There's one. You can see it. It's round, and then the clouds go in front of it, and you can still see it right there. And then the other one is joining it. You can see the shadow from the other one. It gets a shadow just like the moon. I hope that it's not like the moon, you all. You know, because the moon does get the shadow like that. And there they both are, right there in the sky. And when we do this right here, then you see them as they're normal, just like that. Yes. Hello there in Great Awakening Team Denmark. Yeah. Okay, there's those. And if you're just tuning in, I'm not really good with this right here. Let me come to here. And these ships right here. It's got those windows, big, massive, massive windows. And what kind of being would need a window that big? There was somebody that shared something, I think it was on Twitter or something like that. Twitter. And it was this man in a museum. He must have been around a 50-foot giant. He had like samurai ponytail, like that, in like shorts and like a cut off shirt from old time ago, like I don't know. And he was reading a book and he had like glasses on and he had his legs crossed and he was an exhibition and it looked like a 50-foot wax sculpture or something of a human. And there was people getting their pictures taken alongside of it. And I thought, well, what if that really is some kind of a being? And it really is 50 foot and that being comes to life. I really thought that. Did you ever see that on there? You just getting here, Barbara Duvall. Well, these are windows and this is off of Mount Etna. And if we were to go to Mount Etna, which we will, we can go over there and check out their website really fast. No, I can't because I have a really hard time finding their website on here. An extremely hard time. Because it doesn't want me to get it. I have no trouble finding it on my own. On my other computer. But this one right here. This might. Oh, look, there's a plasma ship. You see that right there? That does. That looks like a plasma ship. Right there, it's white. But this, let me see if this was the same bucket. No, this is a different vantage point. There's different cameras at these volcanoes. What is sticking straight up in the air back there, you all? Like towers or something? But this is what the sky looks like at the volcano from a distance. Okay, like probably windmills, towers, and stuff like that. Pasagi, Masaga. Wait, I just think I saw a ship in the clouds and I went too fast. Shoot. It was a long white ship is what it was in the clouds. Yeah, well, that's just too bad. Someone said, Gina, you need to go to, let's see what they said I need to go to. You need to go to, since I'm on volcanoes, Sakajurima, Shakurajurima, I can't say it. They told me to go to Sakurajima in Japan. It's happening now. So oh, that's really pretty. Isn't that pretty, you all? So let's see what's happening over here. We got some volcanic activity at night. Just a little bit. This volcano is not supposed to erupt as much as it does. You want tacos? Oh. How about a gingerbread cookie? That sounds a lot better, Michelle, honey. A gingerbread cookie. This must be nighttime over there. It's really pretty. Oh. Well, this is really close up. You can't really see what's going on here at this volcano. Pretty blue and white colors. That's right. Pretty white. Yeah. Nice clouds. If it's doing something, they're hiding it, you all, is what I got to say. Completely hiding this volcano activity. You know, I haven't went over to the NASA products lately either for a long, long time because I haven't really seen anything going on over there at that volcano. But this right here, yeah, there's big, long UFO ships with great big gigantic windows. They look like they'd be around 30 foot wide, approximately probably 30 feet tall. And there's beings inside of those windows. If you kind of look, but can't make them out because they're from another dimension. And also in here, look at these, like yellow, not yellow, like little fine circles. These could be some type of advanced technology. Looks like a smaller window right here too. Square window. This could be some type of advanced technology from another type of species. It kind of reminds me of AI, I don't know. And these could probably just form into one great big gigantic ship too, but these are massive, totally massive. Maybe they're just passing through and they're just minding their own business. Maybe. I wasn't even on that camera. I was sitting here talking to myself. I didn't even think I pushed that screen so you all could look even closer. I didn't. Yeah, I was sitting here talking to myself, you all. Right there. You can see how wide the windows are. And there's some beings inside of those windows. And they stretch really far. You know what someone told me one time? That he was, his name was Daryl. Daryl was, he was in contact with this insectoid, the queen of the insectoid or whatever. Like, she would come to his house. And one time, he said, she took him on her UFO, and they went down into the ocean to where, you know, their base was, an insectoid queen. And then one time, he went up in the sky to, I guess, this planet where they had their offsprings and stuff. And he remembers being inside of this ship. This is the gross part. He remembers in his dream state going inside the ship. It's like a great big open area. And there were humans, and they didn't have clothes, and they're defecating all over the place. He said it was like cattle, but they had humans in there too. And he saw these what do you call them? Like larvae or something. I don't know. She took him to this room, and they were like her babies. They had taken his sperm and had like made babies with it, and some of those were his children, but they were like insect beings. But he told me that, and it was so gross, he couldn't believe it. But this queen of this insectoid, she watches him and protects him, and they're very protective. But yeah, and they would take part of his spirit in his sleep, he said. And he would go places, which is, I know it sounds wild, you all, but look at the world we live in. People do get abducted. And it's true that they say that there's people who were used as breeders. I was told I was a breeder. That's what someone told me. Gina, you are a breeder. This is really interesting because when I had that missing time on Highway 101 in California, when we lived on the Monterey Peninsula, I was 9 months pregnant with my daughter and had went to see my sister-in-law, and I got lost. I saw the Monterey Peninsula. I thought, I don't live on a peninsula. But I did live on a peninsula, but that's all I remember is driving past the sign saying, I don't live on the Monterey Peninsula. And I was on that highway. The next thing I knew, I'm coming around the mountain, and a big old light's right in my face, and I'm grabbing my steering wheel, turning it really fast, thinking, okay, I'm going to go off the edge of the mountain. And then I got home, and my husband said, where you been? By this time, it's 10:30 at night, and I left my sister-in-law's house around 2 something. I said, well, because it was like, I don't know, maybe 2.5 hour drive. I said, well, I got lost. He said, for 4.5 hours or 5 hours? Your mother's worried sick back in Indiana. And I said, yeah. And I did. That's all I know is I got lost, and I was 9 months pregnant. That was the only time I remember getting lost like that. Yeah. Alien cookies, Michelle, honey, you got it? You got it. That's right. You don't want to eat no alien cookies, do you? Certainly not. Yeah, you all, I am going to go. And thank you all for coming on here. It's only been 40 minutes. That's a great time, you all. 40 minutes. That's perfect. Perfect to see these great big interdimensional ships with these windows in the sky with these gigantic beings. some beings, according to like mythology and stuff, some of them were around 30, 40, 50 feet high. Giants. Big giants. You know, like that fee fi fo fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman, be him dead or be him live, I'll grind his bones and make my bread. And then you have Jack and the Beanstalk. How come they had that Jack and the Beanstalk climbing up that beanstalk to the giant up there? And Jack was really like that big compared to the giant, just like that. Really, there's got to be some kind of truth to these stories and stuff. People can't just dream that up. Yeah. Cornbread. Yes, that's right, you all. Oh, you all need to connect. Yeah. Oh, you are so welcome. Yeah, it's really important to connect during this time of year and during all times of years. It's good to connect in this world. It really is. Keep the lines of communication open and be able to speak with each other in a loving, kind tone and an encouraging tone. Really, it is, and share things without tons of negative energy. Tons of negative energy. Rich to profit. Oh, that's so wonderful. Yeah, it is. It is, you all. Some people, that's all the communication they get is like on the internet, because, you know, they don't leave their homes, or you can't leave your homes, or you don't have no friends, or you just don't want to have nobody visiting for whatever the reason, you all. It's good. It's good that people can come together on here. It really is. It can be used for good like this, and sometimes it can be used for bad like some people do. Yeah. So I am going to go, and with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, you all. And yes, Merry Christmas to you all. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, a happy holidays, or I hope you have a wonderful day. Regardless, I really do. I do. Love you.